Hey, it's Sam here talking about the Sun-Saturn conjunction, Saturn-Sun conjunction that we have now in the sign of Aquarius. This is happening now at the end of February of 2024. We also have this will be going on for a few weeks, in different nakshatras through March and whatnot. So I'm going to be talking about this today. Please like the video. Clicking like helps a lot more than you know. It pushes the video higher in relevant video searches. Also, please leave a nice comment. Comments also help more than you know as it raises the video in searches. Many times with hundreds of likes, there are only a dozen comments and they can be disproportionately negative. So be positive. Let me know if you like this. Even just a few words really helps. So subscribe, ring the bell to get notified of upcoming videos. I'm also going to be talking about the 2024 Vedic Astrology forecast. If you haven't gotten that yet, you should really make sure to do that. As you can see, there's a lot of big stuff in 2024. So we're going to begin, though, with this Sun-Saturn conjunction, Saturn-Sun conjunction. And you can see that they're here at about 15 degrees of Aquarius here around the end of February. And as you see here, it says the sun is what really shows our vitality and light, taking you forward in life based on confidence and vision. Also shows a body full of power to accomplish your goals, and your physical body. One of the things about Sun-Saturn conjunction when they get close is that Saturn slows down like the energy. So maybe you've been feeling kind of tired last few days. It's going to be going on for much of this week, late February into early March, as Sun and Saturn are very close. This is called combustion when the Sun gets this close to Saturn, so it's going to be combust for quite a while. For a few weeks, it winds up being combust, about a month. But we really feel it as it gets within the several degrees, about a week or so of just kind of like sluggishness, slow digestion, those kinds of things. Saturn is the slowest moving of all the visible planets. It makes us slow down and consider the consequences of our actions. Again, slows down our metabolism and more. But in a higher sense, it's also where that sort of hard work leads us to this sort of drive and a perfectionism. There's a lot of ambition. One thing that the Sun and Saturn both share as far as spiritual forces of consciousness is they're both ambitious and motivated. They're both really karakas and indicators of career. So you could really be focusing on what you want to accomplish right now and feeling driven to work hard at it, but then also feeling a bit of the fatigue, like the body is maybe feeling a little slower, particularly this week and like the end of last week, this end of February into early March. But you could see there's some famous people that I have down here. Einstein had Sun-Saturn conjunction. Again, he was a very hard worker. That was in the sign of Pisces. Also, Kobe Bryant, of course, the great basketball player who passed away. Serena Williams, another great athlete, tennis player. Mozart was another who had Sun-Saturn. Mozart did a ton of he wrote a ton of music for having lived such a young life. Very prolific, hardworking. Kobe Bryant, of course, well known for his work ethic, hard work ethic. Serena Williams also, again, just very focused on accomplishing her goals, not giving up. So Saturn also gives that sort of tenacity. Again, it's the slowest moving planet, makes us consider the consequences of our actions. So this is also a big thing that's going on right now, as you're probably very much deliberating the consequences of your actions and the strategy and your plan, maybe even, again, feeling a little worried and stressed about where things are going in your life. Are you feeling hopeful and inspired and optimistic? That's a little harder with Saturn. Saturn isn't really the optimistic nature. Saturn isn't about optimism. It's about, if one or the other, it would be pessimism, but it's more, in its best expression, it would be realism, where we're realistic. But part of being realistic is, we have to kind of come down from optimistic and up from pessimistic, and we get realistic. So this is going on. This will really be happening for all of this year, because again, not the combustion, but this focus on realism we've had the last several years since Saturn started going through Capricorn. And this year as well, for the rest of this year, there's, Saturn is going to be in Aquarius, which is his own sign. So there is a sort of hyper focus on realism. Hopefully it's practicality. It's not pessimism right now. But again, when Saturn does join the Sun, it can be a bit of a buzzkill, and you might have been feeling kind of pessimistic and sluggish and slow these last few days. And again, you can see all these planets here in Saturn's sign. Saturn, Sun, Mercury, and then Venus and Mars are in Capricorn. So again, this has larger implications for all of 2024, as one of the 11 shifts of 2024 as we get later in the year is, as you see here, this is from June 30th to November the 4th, Saturn retrograde in either feeling stuck or getting clear. And as you can see, there's a lot of big shifts. We're only here at the very beginning. So again, if you haven't gotten this 2024 Vedic astrology forecast yet, definitely get it. It's free. You can go to this website and download, and you can get it. But again, there's a lot of big shifts that are ahead with the eclipses coming up, and then Jupiter enters Taurus. That's one of the big things that you get with this free forecast. Make sure to get the 2024 Vedic Astrology Forecast. It's a free download. Just click the link, 2024vedicastrology.com, then give your name and email. Click yes, I want this now. Then you'll be able to register for the free video cast that's about an hour long. You just pick a time to schedule that. Then you go and check your email address. As you can see, it's sent 2024 forecast download. You click here to download the 2024 PDF. You see it looks really cool there, all 11 of the most important shifts. But then you can also get it for your sign, where I evaluate these 11 most important shifts for your sign, so you can stay connected all year. Don't drop out. Stay engaged all year. So yeah, as it says, go there. It's very easy, and you get all of this for free, and then you can also maybe get the 2020 forecast for your sign as well. But there's a lot ahead that we need to be looking at. And right now, again, as the Sun continues through Aquarius, it's going to go through different nakshatras as well. As I make this on Monday, February 26th, the Sun is joined Saturn here. And until March 3rd, it's going to be in Shatabishak Nakshatra. Now again, Shatabishak Nakshatra is one of the three nakshatras in Aquarius. First one is Dhanishta to 6 degrees 40 minutes. Then 6:40 to 20 is Shatabishak. Shatabishak means 100 doctors, 100 medicines, 100 physicians, and it's where we need to seek alternative solutions to our worldly problems. And it makes us a good healer, but it also relates to self-healing, where we have to find our own kind of spiritual medicine through spiritual practice, meditation, alignment with energy, with energetic forces. So it shows on the highest sense where we all realize that there's a kind of spiritual crisis going on within ourselves, and we need to find an alternative solution to it, not just the standard ones externally in the world. But it also has a lot to do with science, scientific progress, thinking outside of the box, looking for creative solutions. It's also related to that, certain potential when we start getting really curious and looking for liberation. Then that's from now until March 3rd, and then March 4th until the 17th. Now this includes when the Sun goes into Pisces, of course. The Sun will then be in Purva Bhadrapada Nakshatra. Purva Bhadrapada is related to lightning that comes down and strikes us. The deity is called Aja Ekapad, which means the one-footed goat or the one-footed animal. And it shows this lightning that comes down. Once we start looking for these alternative answers and we find things that work, we have these moments of inspiration that really jolts us out of our mundane existence. And so this section of the sky between Aquarius and Pisces is where this happens. So instead of defining ourselves in this sort of cultural way, which is what Aquarius is, and we feel this sense of responsibility to the world, and again to culture, and to this part of ourself that's more universal, we then have to bridge from that universal self to a literal transcendent self, where we're not even just of this world and this world of culture and humanity, but we're actually a spiritual being, which is the nature of Pisces. So bridging those gaps is Purva Bhadrapada, where that lightning strike comes down and shows us our truly transcendent nature. And so from March 4th to 17th, the sun will be going through there. And for much of that, it's also going to be combust. It's still going to be, we'll be feeling this effect of Saturn on the sun, for a couple weeks, because Saturn is combust within 17 degrees. But again, we feel it the most when it gets very close, like it is now. So that's why I wanted to give this update, because it'll be big this week of February 26th to the end of February. And I also just wanted to make sure that if people didn't know, that again, it's one of the important shifts in 2024 to go ahead and make sure to get that 2024 forecast. You just go to 2024vedicastrology.com. These shifts are really big. They're really helping, or it really helps to get insight into these things. Again, even on this diagram, we're only up here. We're only in that first big, focal point, which is Mars in Capricorn, which just happened February 5th. But then again, we have April 1st, April 24th, Mercury retrograde cycle, then April 8th, solar eclipse. Then May 1st, Jupiter enters Taurus. And again, in this 2024 forecast, I go over and analyze the most important shifts. But one is I let you know what Jupiter in Taurus means for you. So I talk about this Jupiter shift in Taurus for all 12 signs, this one here. Then we have others. Saturn goes retrograde in Aquarius. Then we have another Mercury retrograde in Leo, solar eclipse in Virgo. Then we have Jupiter goes retrograde, then Mercury retrograde in Scorpio, and then Mars retrograde in Cancer at the end of the year. So again, huge shifts here in 2024. There's a link on here to go and do that. So I just wanted to tell you, though, right now about this Saturn-Sun conjunction, because it is something that we can really feel. Don't get depressed. Don't get sad or despondent. Bring the pessimism up to realism. Just because the optimism is pulled down doesn't mean things are as pessimistic as they might seem right now. And again, this hard work and drive and perfection is the real benefit here. Notice where things aren't as easy as you thought, and how that can be a great catalyst for progress now. Because as I said, the thing that Saturn and the Sun really share is this drive to accomplish things. But again, the Sun is driven to accomplish things because of all of that inspiration and that vision and that light that we can share. The Sun says, yes, I can do this. I have this power and enthusiasm. And Saturn's influence, he darkens things and concentrates them and shows the limit. He says, yeah, but you only get this much power in this body and in this mind. You only have this much time. You only have this much intelligence, this much courage. So Saturn is a darkening influence, and you see all these planets are going to be passing over Saturn here in the next month. So again, it's also important to get acclimated to this. But we could say, well, that's not good. That doesn't feel good. No, it doesn't feel good. But what it does is it makes you concentrate, because that limit of time makes you serious and says, you're right, I only have so many hours in the day and energy in the body, so I need to concentrate and focus on it and not waste the time and not disperse everywhere. So I need to be realistic and practical and mature about these things, not cry like a baby, act like I'm 5 years old and just say, what, I don't like it. We need to realize that's what it is. And once we do, then we get very focused and we become very sensitive particularly to like the suffering of others and our own suffering and all as well. But aside from that, especially with Sun-Saturn, Saturn really focuses that energy of the sun so we don't waste so much time. And right now you can make some great progress if you're realistic and you're willing to be realistic and thoughtful and not too emotional about things not being as easy as you would like and whatnot. So again, I hope this was helpful for you. Please share it with others, and thanks a lot. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel.